I want to do a vlog style with you guys. Today we had our second day of our abundance mindset event. We shared about paradigms, how paradigms are fixed ideas in your subconscious mind that control everything about you unconsciously, right? It controls the way you look at yourself, the way you talk, walk, meet and greet other people, your health, your wealth, everything. But it's pretty cool as a mindset coach to help others expand their awareness, help others live better through this information that changed me. Because I know that I wish someone would have helped me with this information a long time ago. So hopefully you guys can see me well, but it was a really good day. And as long as like the whole goal is for us to at least change one life at a time, one life per day. Let's see if this looks better. Does it make a difference? Yeah, it makes a little bit of difference. Okay. But yeah, this information is pretty powerful. It changed my life forever. Like I always tell people, once awareness expands, you can't contract anymore. So as I teach these people, as I show them how powerful this material is, it allows them to live better from now on. Like it'll never come back. You know, it'll never come back to like not knowing, not being aware of what they can do. So mentorship is what really changed my life. Like I bet on myself back in 2021 and I hired my first mentor, Bob Proctor, which changed my life forever. And I will forever owe it. It's like, that's just me. It's like part of my story now. And this is why I love helping people, because when I grew up and when I was separated from both my parents at 10 years old, I needed someone to be there for me. I needed guidance. I needed that mentorship from my parents, but they weren't there. So that's why I love helping people. That's why I love sharing knowledge. That's why I love coaching and, you know, just helping in general, because I really needed that. And now I'm becoming the person that I needed the most so that I can give it to the world. And so for that, I gotta keep working on myself. I've already helped change, you know, improve and change my sister's life, my brother's life, my fiance. Shout out to Colleen. She's like my biggest fan on YouTube. Never misses. First one to watch. And I've been uploading a video per day, every single day. So, you know, it's just part of the challenge that I'm doing within myself now of sticking to certain things, because it's all about the compound effect. Like I have so much information that I just want to share. So much value, so much mindset, business, even finances. I'm still learning business credit. I'm doing a lot of stuff, but I'm not gonna lie, like a lot of stuff is still scary, but that's why it's just like one day at a time, learning and growing and doing and trying and making mistakes and learning from the mistakes, and then, you know, getting things right and getting things wrong. And it's just like non-stop, an endless journey. But one of the things that also helped me a lot when I was starting my entrepreneurship journey was YouTube. That's why I started my YouTube back in 2020, because I learned so much from YouTube, and I was like, damn, like I owe back to YouTube. Like I need to give back, because I learned so much. And I realized that just like people helped me, I can help people too, because I've been through a lot. I've learned a lot. I've been through a lot. And a lot of times we think that we are like the only ones that are going through that certain thing, or the only ones that have ever been through that scenario. And so once you start sharing your story, your struggles, things you've overcame, challenges, you allow other people to be like, damn, like I thought I was the only one. Like, fuck, I thought I was only feeling like that. Or like, a lot of people feel alone because of that, because they think they're the only ones that have ever felt anxious or depressed, or, had certain bad behaviors or whatever it is. We're all humans. We all go through a bunch of shit. We all struggle. We all have pain and, limitations in different ways and different things. And when you share your own story, you empower others to overcome what you already overcame. Like, you're just helping them skip levels. And I speak to the young people, to the young crowd that are still working on themselves, that are on the rise, on the come up, that are barely wanting to become business owners, that are in the beginning of personal development. Like, I've been doing this for years, and it's crazy because everything just changed so fast. I still feel like I'm so new to it, but at the same time, everything just changed so quick, so fast, because I worked on myself so much. And now I have a lot of value, a lot of knowledge, a lot of stuff that I can just share with people. And doesn't necessarily mean I'm better than anyone. It just means that I have value, and if they want to receive the value, if they're open to it, it's gonna help them. It's gonna improve their mindset, their environment, their conditions, their circumstances, and everything just changes from there. So it's all about giving. Give every time you can. Just give, even if it's just knowledge or information, awareness. And it can go a long way, because maybe someone is going through what you already overcame, and now you can help them through a simple message that now allows them to be like, wow, that makes sense. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna change that. So be what do you call it? A giving person. But I used to love giving. I've always loved giving, but I struggled receiving. I could not receive anything. And a couple years ago, maybe 2022, that's when I read the book, The Game of Life, and how to play it. And it made me realize, because he said that if you are a big giver, if you love giving, you must be a good receiver. And I thought it was strange, because I don't know, I was like, well, why does that, like, why do I have to receive? Like, a lot of times, even if I was struggling or whatnot, I would just be like, nah, I'm good. Like, you're good. I don't need it, or you can keep it, or like, I'm good. And the book said, if you love giving, if you're a giver, and there was a big accident. If you're a big giver, but you don't let people give you, what you're doing is you're cutting their blessings. You're stopping their blessings. And they're not going to want to give anymore, because you're not willing to receive. And so you're cutting people's blessings. And when you want to give, guess what? You like the way it feels when people receive and they like what you give them. But imagine if they would always tell you, no, I'm good, I don't need it, I'm this, but like, you wouldn't want to give anymore. People are cutting your blessings all the time. So that's something that I learned along the way. It feels good to give and allow people to, give. So be willing to receive too. So let me know in the comments what you guys would like to learn about. I have a couple businesses. I'm a business coach, a mindset coach. Eventually I'll be a business coach too, but I have quite a bit of mentors too. I also coach people on fitness, nutrition. I read a lot of books. I love reading. It's one of my challenges for this year is to read one book per week, whether it is physical or audio. I'm sticking more to the physical, but I will listen to some audiobooks. There's nothing wrong with audiobooks, but I prefer physical because you catch more of what you're reading. You can highlight, underline, you can, do a lot more stuff. But I was not a reader until 2020. Not even as a kid. I used to not read at all. So for those of you that at least liked reading fiction and stuff like that, I only read nonfiction. But my first book, self-help book that I read is 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. So what changed for me first is that, as I said earlier, I got separated from my parents at 10 years old. So I didn't have guidance. I didn't have someone telling me what to do, how to do it. I had no structure. I had no guidance. And when I went to the military at 19 years old, I was turning 19 years old. They told me what to do, how to do it, very structured. They would get on my ass right away. It was crazy. But I learned to do what the hell they told me to do. And I wouldn't negotiate. I wouldn't ask them or even be like, why this? I would just do it because they made me understand that lives could be in danger. That life could be in danger. So you got to do what you got to do. And when I went to college, I did so good because I did everything my teacher told me to do. If they would tell me, Jose, read, or to the class, read this chapter and do these questions and do this and do that, I would do everything. I would read the whole chapter. I would do all the questions. I would do everything that they would tell me to do because that's what they told me to do. And then, school was easy because I would do everything they would tell me to do. But I started applying that into other things like books. So when the books would tell me to apply certain things, for example, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, for those of you that have read it, the golden goose and the egg, the goose and the golden egg, the being proactive versus reactive, and working on the 3 laws of yourself first. Like I started applying those things and it was like magic. Like things started changing. I was in control of more things, more situations, more scenarios. I was getting more of what I wanted with ease, at the same time helping people and helping myself. And I don't know, it just like started changing and I saw it as a hack. I was like, holy crap. You mean to tell me that if I just read more of these books, I'm gonna be able to get like my life is just gonna be easier? And I got hooked. That was it. I got hooked. Those first couple months, honestly, I was listening only to audiobooks. That one, my first self-help book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, it was physical. It's actually a medium to the bigger size book. So yeah, it's not an easy one to read. It is very good. It's a really good book, but it's not like a small book. So it's not an easy one to finish for those that are barely starting. But I went through, I believe, about 4 to 5 books, and it was all through audio, through YouTube. That's what I'm saying. I felt like I owed a lot to YouTube because I went to find all these books. I don't even know how, but Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad, The Compound Effect, Napoleon Hill, The Science of Getting Rich, Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, How to Own Your Own Mind, like a bunch of books. I can't really remember, but Increase Your Financial IQ, Retire Rich, Retire Young by Robert Kiyosaki, a bunch of books. But I was going the first months after I got hooked on 7 Habits of Highly Effective People and I applied what I learned. I went through like 4 to 5 books per month, and I was like that on a roll for a couple months. I just got addicted to them. I was like, damn, like I had never experienced so much like awareness in my life, like well, like that to that, you know, the self-help in the self-help world. So that was the beginning of me getting into books. That was back in 2020, and now I'm a big reader. Now I have favorite authors. One of them, Robert Greene, Neville Goddard. I have quite a few that Napoleon Hill, that just really like changed the way I see the world, and it's just been amazing after that. So I'm a big reader, but people don't understand, like, you gotta start somewhere. Like, sometimes I look back and I'm like, damn, I've been doing this for so long. So I'm vegan too. So I would never think that I could be vegan, and somehow, not somehow, I'll say the story later, but I became vegan in the summer of 2021, and we are in 2024 now. So it's like, holy crap. Like, I haven't had any meat, any chicken or pork or whatnot in years. Like, wow. And I started meditating at the end of 2019 too. And it's crazy. I've been journaling since the end of 2019. I've been meditating since the end of 2019. And it's like, wow, like I've been meditating for at least 30 minutes to an hour for years. What the hell? I'm actually obsessed with it. Like, it's such a habit that if I don't meditate, man, I feel like crap, because it's just part of who I am. Journaling, reading, meditating, working out, eating vegan, meal prepping. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy to just look back and see all the growth, because that's all it is growth. But like, you have to start somewhere, right? Like, you can't, of course, people say, oh, I'm not a reader, I don't need like that, I don't know whatever. But it's like, dude, boy, no fucking shit. You gotta start. Of course, you gotta start somewhere. You gotta read that first book, do that first meditation. Like, when I started meditating, people don't understand. Like, you gotta go through trial and error. Now, I can meditate and I raise my vibration. I feel good. I get goosebumps, and you know, I just feel amazing afterwards. But in the beginning, I didn't know how to meditate. I would lay on the ground, on the bed. I would sit down. I would, you know, try different times, different lengths, guided meditation, sitting there by myself. So many things. I would fall asleep. I would just, it was a lot of trial and error for months. Don't think it just happened in a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 4 weeks. Like, I still haven't even mastered it, but I mean, I am really good at it now. But of course, I don't think there's such a thing as like mastering anything. Like, I feel like you always can get better and better and better. But like I said, you have to start somewhere, and the journey is beautiful. Like, you have to just learn to enjoy the journey. That's what it's about. Like, don't rush the journey, just learn to enjoy it. And one day you're gonna look back and you're gonna be like, wow, like, I've been working out for years now, or I've been meditating for years now, or I've been reading for years now. And it's just gonna stack. Like, for me, now I have my library. So I'm building my library of books, and I'm still missing a lot of books that are not audiobooks, but I have a full library now. Like, I have a library of self-help, nonfiction books that help me, and I reread a lot of them. So let me know down in the comments, you know, what you guys are reading right now, what other topics you guys would like for me to talk about. Like I said, I'm a mindset coach, fitness and nutrition coach. I have a soft wash and pressure washing business, a marketing business. I have a fiance, which you're gonna be watching my video. I'm first generation Mexican American here. I have a couple siblings. I'm a veteran. I spent 5 years in the military. Man, there's a lot, but let me know what you guys would like to kind of learn, or for me to expand maybe what I'm working on right now. But until next time, I'll see you guys.